y'all, it's Kim again. So I made a video about Osama bin Laden, and then it just kind of linked together several things that he had participated in before the 9/11 attacks. I know he wasn't physically there, but according to the FBI and many other sources, he is one of the masterminds of it. So anyway, there's the USS Cole bombing. Of course, this is on the FBI.gov website, and I'll put it on there. It says on October 12, 2000, two suicide pilots of a small boat laden, bomb laden boat pulled alongside of the USS Cole at midship, offering friendly gestures to several crew members and detonated their explosives. The U.S. destroyer, en route to the Persian Gulf, was making a prearranged fuel stop at the port of Aden, Yemen, when the attack occurred. Ugh, look at all that. Looks like all that with oil and stuff maybe started seeping into the water. But anyway, the blast ripped a 40-foot wide hole near the waterline of the Cole, killing 17 U.S. soldiers or sailors and injuring nearly 40 other crew members. The FBI quickly sent to Yemen more than 100 agents from the Counterterrorism Division, the FBI laboratory, and various field offices. Director Louis Free, I guess that's how you say it, arrived soon after to assess the situation and to meet with the president of Yemen. Numerous FBI field offices and legal attaches, several hundred FBI agents and support staff, and Joint Terrorism Task Force personnel ultimately took part in the investigation. The FBI also established a cooperative working relationship with the government of Yemen. On November 29, 2000, so this is about a little under a year before 9/11, a guidance document was signed between the U.S. State Department and the Yemeni government, setting protocols for questioning witnesses and suspects. FBI and Yemeni, I guess that's how you say it, investigators proceeded with interviews, and a large amount of physical evidence was shipped back to the FBI laboratory for examination. FBI photographers took pictures of the crime scene that assisted in identifying the victims and provided detailed photographic information regarding the impact of the explosion. Later, personnel from the FBI lab, as well as bomb technicians and agents from New York and Jackson field offices, traveled to Ingalls Shipbuilding in Pascagoula, Mississippi, where the coal had been brought, to examine the ship for additional evidence. The extensive FBI investigation ultimately determined that members of the Al Qaeda terrorist network, which was linked to Osama bin Laden and Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and a few others, the Mohammed Atta dude, who's one of the, I guess you could say, main masterminds of the airplane stuff for 9/11. Anyway, planned and carried out the bombing. The investigation also revealed that the USS Cole bombing followed an unsuccessful attempt on January 3rd, 2000, to bomb another U.S. Navy ship, the USS Sullivans. In this earlier incident, the terrorist boat sank before the explosives could be detonated. However, the boat and the explosives were salvaged. The boat was then refitted, and the explosives were tested and reused in the USS Cole attack. Wow. By the end of 2000, Yemeni authorities had arrested several suspects, including Jamal Muhammad Ahmad al-Badawi, I guess, and Fahad Muhammad Ahmad al-Kuso, two of the alleged masterminds of the USS, the Sullivans, and the USS Cole plots. Al-Badawi and al-Kuso, known Al-Qaeda operatives who trained in Al-Qaeda camps in Afghanistan during the 1990s, were later killed in separate U.S. airstrikes. Another key figure in the plot, Tawfiq Muhammad bin Salah bin Roshayed bin Attash, oh my goodness, is currently in U.S. custody. Abdullah al-Rimi remains wanted for questioning relating to any knowledge he might have of the attack on the USS Cole. Wow, that's crazy. But anyway, so like I said, Al Qaeda's been doing stuff for a long, long time, but it is what it is, and we just had to learn from history. But I just wanted to share some of these. There's a couple more things I wanted to look at. But anyway, I will talk to y'all later. Bye.